Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach. This is the 2020 season on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Snow and Lambeau, Coach. Something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved his consistency throughout the season. Always good, occasionally spectacular. But right now, he's on the outside of that MVP race. What's it going to take for him to get it done down the stretch?
You're right, on the fringe. But, hey, it's Week 14. There's still a month left for him to make a lasting impression, have some scintillating plays, and then who knows?
Yeah, those scintillating plays, those splash plays, those plays we'll talk about for the next week leading up to the next game. He'll need a bunch of those down the stretch in order to win the award.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That's right.
Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Good one.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. A look at the Buccaneers starters now on defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go,
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
If I wasn't flying around in there so fast, I could have.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Got lucky there. That was good defense.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away.
That's why I got McCourty.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He's officially retired again.
Wait, set. Alabama. 380. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Sugar.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 7 catches, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number, really signifies that you've had a big year.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hard to see in the snow. What Michael is.
To throw is Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
I try to mix it up, but really, I mean, the philosophy that, you throw until you're ahead. But you make some runs in there, maybe bust a big one.
On 1st down, Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Wait, set. Fly, 20. 58, come on. Hey, pick your game up. No, 66.
They'll run on 1st down. Hubbard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80. You better bring. I'm letting you know right now. You better help him.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. They dial up the screen here to Burkhead. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Let's go, baby.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They run the counter. It's Hubbard. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The 1st carry now for Rex Burkhead. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Let's go.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Perfect. Nothing like nothing like it. That was awesome.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
42. Mike 42, check, check, Mike 42. I'm trying to collect. Check 37, check 37. Let's go, Mike 42, Mike 42.
Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Watch the safety creep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, now Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Oh, my God.
And his kick is no good.
Wow.
An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
I've missed a lot of extra points this season. I like it, though.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
They're going to challenge.
Here's Matt Hawk now.
They're not going to challenge.
He'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Okay. If you don't want to challenge,
it'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Mike Evans, he's a badass.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
It'll be a loss.
Commercial break.
A yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Wait, set, 380. 28. Keep it up. Check. Lucky.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Alabama.
Here's Brady to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Earn that one.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we
visit,
everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He got it to the 20. But he didn't get it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Oh, shit.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone.
Okay.
20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Wow. Aaron Jones, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. Okay. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
What happens?
Always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake. Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Pass interference. Defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the pass. The play stands.
Wait, that. 180. Lights 50, lights 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 66.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. Hubbard. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Wait, that. Wide, 20. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check 99. Check 99.
Brady now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Marr now to add the extra point.
I should have gone for 2.
Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Jesus,
getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 3rd and short, the fullback DeMarco. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On play action, it's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Man, you guys be holding. You guys
thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference.
3 PIs.
The killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
You go a lot of games without getting any.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And this is caught by Adams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Late throw. Late throw. Ah. Oof. This is going to be
Here's
a good
Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
The game, if that is, not necessarily this punt. Oh, God.
Pressure and they
Oh,
block
no.
it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. There goes Green.
Oh, no.
Packers are in for the score.
Wow.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his kick is right through. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Brady going to throw. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Brady now to throw. Evans has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Come back to the ball and
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook.
I almost ran out of bounds before I got the first, and like I almost ran back behind the first down and like out of bounds before I got the first down. But this is, I mean, oh, it's a good thing I didn't throw there because he fucking slipped. He slipped. That's where I normally would have gone. But he slipped. That would have been incomplete. I knew there was two guys over there. They were shading him, but shading him, but I'm like, well, can I throw it from the right hash all the way over to that far, like deep comeback to Mike Evans? Yeah, came back and got it. Then I almost screwed it up, but he got it. He got it. Got the first down. That was awesome.
Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Brady now, 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16. First down, Tampa Bay. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
It's just eating up yards, that slot receiver. First it was Welker, then it was Edelman.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Again, it's Brady. This is caught. Yeah. He's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
I tell you about Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
That's worthy of a picture. That's worthy of a screenshot. That touchdown. Quick drop back. Boom, man, look at that. Let's see it full speed. Boom, boom. See it again. I mean, obviously this right side is clogged up kind of on purpose. That safety is, he bit on that tight end. Yeah, he bit hard on that tight end. All right. Perfect.
Marr on for the extra point. Oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Doink. Off the right. Off the right, upright. That's great. That's 2 of them. both directions. I've missed one in both directions. The wind is, that crosswind is whipping. We're going to have to start going for 2 the rest of the game. I should have obviously done it there too. I don't know what I was thinking.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. He got 29 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Tackle better for one. That is awful.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Are you kidding?
Complete to Adams.
Are you kidding me?
17 yards on the play there.
Wow.
As the Packers have the first down as well.
I had my coverage.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move,
Brady
receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
That was a good catch. Good. That was perfect. Well, I mean, that's what you expect. Rodgers.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Why are they challenging their own play? What? Didn't they? Wait. I'm confused.
After reviewing the play,
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better be afraid of me. We're doing it.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
They're just calling stupid plays to try to score as fast as you can, and you get lucky or you don't. It's kind of fun, but I'd rather play this
So now
way.
the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So out come the Bucs now. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First down. It's Hubbard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The second down run for Burkhead. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd down, Hubbard, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Brady now on first down. What? Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
No.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority.
Let's look at that again, though. Come on. There's a little bit of PI there. They've been calling it. I should have gone Burkhead, clearly. But wait, I mean, he was... Oh, no. From there, he looks... I mean, theoretically, if you were Brady, you couldn't see the other guy. And he was... But hey, watch. Watch this, okay? Look, I mean, he's holding him up. You can see... Watch. Yeah, see it. It's typically... Sorry. What is up with my camera? What happened? Okay. I mean, I guess he didn't. No, it was clean. Yep. I mean, that was a good play by him. Dang.
To get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the two catch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Yeah, him and Barrett. Share the sack. 3 tight ends, 1 wide. What are we doing?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got his man, it's Williams. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
At this point.
Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Ozzy!
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. We got 4. Alpha.
Now Brady. He finds Howard complete.
Yeah.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 28 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Another great completion.
And you know, one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Brady on the bootleg. This is Miller, complete. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Wait, that 380. Hey, come on.
They'll run on first down. Covered. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
You run as a passing team. You can lead the league in both.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Marr now to add the extra point. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Like 8, it's got to go like 10. I'm not worried about losing time out there. Obviously not going to run.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Let's go. Mike 50. Run. 72.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps, anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run it with Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Go.
Off the draw, here's Williams. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field. They're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. Oftentimes you can bypass it with a running play.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Run the ball like they have been today. But
here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
But that way, like I said, they've been doing.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
That's why I got.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted
to keep it a secret. We did ask,
on both sides of the ball.
But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
I think I had three Patriots from this last year. Obviously, Brady, McCourty, and Burkhead. That was, like I said, on Gronkowski because he's not even on the roster.
On 1st down, it's Hubbard, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Hubbard. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Here's Brady to throw. That's caught by Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the 1st half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady.
Ooh, no.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Another guy,
You got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Try to keep it low, but obviously you're not going to do that by throwing an interception.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got it to Williams. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
That one run was more yards than they've got passing so far.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away.
Okay. 2 interceptions in the second quarter. Great. But given the situation,
so we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14.
The ball over the middle to
We'll start in the NFC, a division matchup pitting New Orleans against Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Matt Ryan has thrown a touchdown.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
That'll hurt my stats.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A give to Burkhead on first down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Wait, that's 380. He's coming. Check in.
Let's try to do some stuff.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second down and goal. Brady.
Come on, I tried to throw it away.
He's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Tried to throw it away.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? From the gun, it's Brady. Pressure again, and down he goes again. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
The kick by Maher is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Out comes the offense onto the field once more, led by O.J. Howard. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Operating from the gun, Brady. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this one caught by Cameron Brady. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing now is Brady. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Brady to throw again. He's got this one complete to Perriman. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
506 yards.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Hey, 80's yours. Hey, Alabama. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Here we go.
To throw is Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Jackson, reload.
Brady now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Go Bandit.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Sugar.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And he's got it. Caught in the end end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad Perriman with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball.
Who is that? Perryman coming across. I'm looking right. Kind of center, and then there he is. Then I catch somebody. Who am I looking at? I'm looking at Evans there. I don't know what he's doing. Nobody open. Until Perryman comes sprinting across. And they only rushed 3. Slings it, yeah.
All downfield, very sharp too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Can't have a 2-touchdown, 2-interception game.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Maybe I should have gone for 2 again. But this puts it where they have to go for 2 once.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That was almost a catch, but that was too legit, popped it out. Stupid glitch. Popped it out.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Mostert. I got for him Mostert too. He's injured.
Hey, check it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got Evans. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Brady's throw there complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
4 yards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, goal 66. 380 hit.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier.
Yeah, for a touchdown. That was one of their touchdowns. Blocked my punt, returned it for a touchdown.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Check safety.
On second down, Williams.
Brady.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Packers on third down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
17, 71 yards for Rodgers.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Nothing big in the passing game so far.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Green Bay.
Make him beat me on the ground.
Taken in at the 22. Woo! Very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 40.
Punt block that they return for a touchdown.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And Brady, the tight end's got it. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On first down, it's Hubbard, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. Past the 20.
Blew that one. Oh, no.
A big play there.
His
5th touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Okay.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Brady to Burkhead here on the draw. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down now, it's Hubbard. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check it, reload. Shadow.
Now Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Wait, that play, 20.
Check in. 3 bucks.
Brady going to give this one to Burkhead. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, you got 3 down.
Brady. And he fires one incomplete. Rex Burkhead, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Alert!
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game.
I was trying to throw that earlier to Scotty Miller here. He's trying to go to 10 there. I mean, he's wide open right there. I don't know. Like, I think I hit the button too soft or something, but luckily that guy picked up that blitz. He's wide open. Oh, man, I saw it and I tried to throw it, but I threw it way late. And Mike Evans reaches out and grabs it.
He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Oh, he missed it.
Can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far.
Oh, man. Why? But, nonetheless, 2 touchdowns. Come on, Aaron Rodgers.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
There we go.
Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Wait, that 53! Hey, let's get that ball, team. Let's get that ball.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Got it. No. No.
And this
Didn't
won't
get it.
There. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right.
Oh,
and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10.
Than taking it. I'm scared.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
I missed him. Oh, I missed him.
Oh, my God.
Jamal Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
I got to get some first downs here.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And they'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Hubbard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's pound that rookie.
On 3rd down, it's Hubbard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. It means that they're strong mentally. They kind of calm themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe
and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Oh, yeah! A crusher there as it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their
he would have had that on the
It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshake.
What a play. That looks like how Aaron Rodgers throws, too. That's his throwing motion. Totally. Just flicks it. Like, that totally looks like how he throws. Oh, dude, but my corner, that's not even my guy. I'm in... Oh, man. That. Nice.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
That was an exciting game.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
230 yards.
So for Tampa Bay, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Packers, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
1 and 10 on 3rd down. Yikes. And they still could have won. I mean, they were in it. 2 red zone field goals. They were still in the game. Oh, man. I got the ball for 40 minutes.